Please welcome to the stage Clarke, COO at GUIDecx, and Kimberley Francis, Training Guide at GUIDecx. They will discuss 10x customer trust, how to identify and deliver on customer needs.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone being here. We are so excited to talk to you about customer trust. This is something we're both very passionate about, how to build it, how to keep it. My name's Clarke.
I'm Kimberley Francis. I'm from Jamaica, New Jersey, Ohio. I don't know how many of you ever heard of that place. But to just give some fun facts about myself, I'm a former educator of 9 years turned software trainer. And this has been an exciting journey. And I'm so glad to be here with Harris today.
We're lucky to work with Kimberley. There's a lot we're going to cover. We want to be able to give you some good takeaways of what to do. But again, we're here because we're passionate about this. We started a company all around how to help your customers understand better what you're doing and feel comfortable with the process you're taking them through.
Yeah, we've got a session jam-packed with some awesome gems. So keep your notebooks ready, your phones ready to take pictures, because our goal is that by the end of our presentation today, you'll be able to know what you can start measuring and communicating today with your customers to start increasing your trust.
First thing we're going to talk about is being human. Please don't let B2B make you forget that you're working with people. Right? Each one of us has customers that we're working with, but each one of those customers behind the company, you're working with a person at that company.
Right. If you're a human. We're all living on Earth. That means everyone else here is a human being. I don't know how many of you guys are actually robots out there, but you're not working with Microsoft or you're not working with just Dropbox, right? As exciting as that would be, hopefully one day for some of us. You're working with Jody at Dropbox. You're working with Danny at Microsoft. And they're humans that have needs, and that we can meet those needs for those humans.
Yeah, and as the quote here says, and I'll let you all read it, but we're in a day and age when the experience you provide can leave you with being punished online or being disproportionately rewarded. So there are ways that you can build confidence and inject some transparency into your process to make sure that you're building that trust over and over again.
Yeah. Secondly, you want to be wise, right? I think it's all great if you're a great human being and we want to operate from that place at all times. But at some point, that's going to clock out and somebody's going to be like, that's a nice gal, that's a nice guy, but he has no clue what he's talking about. So you want to make sure that you're using the wisdom and the knowledge base that you're gathering and constantly building upon that. Don't just gather data, act upon that data. That's going to increase your customer trust.
I won't say who, but working with a Fortune 100 company is where this kind of phrase came to mind. We're investing millions and millions of dollars into a big data project, and just felt like it was so hard for them to affect change at the end of the day. So please don't let your insights become like a rocking chair where they give you something to do, but they don't really get you anywhere.
You know, as a former educator, I used to do a lot of assessments. Your kids are constantly getting assessed. But if I'm not using that data to actually drive my actions and my lessons, if I'm not using data during my software training, right, to figure out, okay, are they actually implementing the software the way that we want them to use them? Or is this the best use case? I can't be surprised if in the end there's no renewal, right? And we know that that's our bread and butter at the end of the day as a software company.
Yeah, in SaaS, if your customers aren't with you for 2 to 3 years, you're not making money. You need that renewal, right? And so you need something that will spark their attention right from the beginning. As soon as you're onboarding them, you're probably going to win that renewal or lose that renewal within the first 30 to 90 days. So as we talk about being human, one thing that will build confidence is knowing them, knowing who they are, knowing what they need. Every one of your customers has come to you because they're thirsty for something, right? They're thirsty for business value. They're thirsty for a solution. However it is you look at the optimal outcome of your relationship with your customer, that's why they've come to you. And I don't think there's anyone here who would vote for using a fire hydrant to give someone a drink of water. Right? We know intuitively that the best way to give someone a drink of water is not a fire hydrant, right? It's a water bottle, it's a water fountain.
Yeah, sometimes we're so excited, we're passionate about our companies, just like we are. We know you are too. You're passionate about your company and you want your customers to feel that passion too. And so we end up just spewing out and being a fire hydrant. How many of us were thirsty yesterday? How many of us were walking around here looking for water, looking for snacks, just trying to be energized and have some sustenance? And then, someone comes up to you as you're walking past a booth because you saw a snack or you saw a beverage, and they're like, hey, can I scan your card? That is like that fire hydrant, right? Instead of introducing and getting to know you a little bit and figuring out why you're here. And as a former educator, I studied a lot about Abraham Maslow, and I fell in love with his hierarchy of human needs, because as you're constantly working with people, if you are giving and providing a service and providing a knowledge base, if their needs aren't met at the basal level, then you cannot get to them at that top level. We have to get them to that self-actualization. And so Abraham says, the fact is that people are good. Give people affection and security, and they will in turn be secure in their behavior. Again, long-term relationships is our bread and butter in SaaS companies. And so how do we actually provide that security to our customers?
Yeah, so at GuideCX, we put together this hierarchy of customer needs. So keep in mind, each item builds on the next here. For today, we're going to focus a lot on confidence, which is the base of the pyramid, and then transparency. And I'm about to start rapping. I don't know if you hear the beat in the background. But before I do, we'll just go through the pyramid little by little here. We actually have handouts at our booth with this if you want to take it away. I see a lot of you taking photos as well. But this is also something you can assess yourself on. How well are we providing an experience that instills confidence in our customers, that is collaborative, that builds transparency, that is value-driven, and ultimately a human interaction, a human experience.
And remember, we said that we really want to focus on confidence, right? Do you know that it takes about 7 seconds to get a solid impression of someone?
Sometimes even faster.
Sometimes even faster. And again, we're going back to the idea, the first thing we want you to remember is to be human. We're human, you're human. And so we can actually act upon those things we know are naturally going to happen because we're human, and use something to our benefit. We're going to make sure that we instill confidence by preparing, so that when those 7 seconds hit, you're providing and giving your customers the narrative that you want them to have in their mind of you.
Yeah, I hope this is something that you all have thought before, but maybe you just needed extra incentive or motivation to start doing it. But one of the best ways you can instill confidence, and a good hard takeaway we want you to have, is your preparation. If you've ever been on a call and you have felt like, I'm back to back all day, or maybe you've told the person on the call, hey, sorry, I've been back to back all day. Sorry, I'm trying to just get my feet under me. I think the unspoken truth there is that's your fault, not theirs. Take time, and maybe this means blocking out time ahead of your meetings to have enough time to prepare. Even ahead of time, if you can be sending out good agendas that are clear, if you can be sending slides out, if people are going to need to review those. The reason we emphasize this is it's not only good practice and helps you be ready and have the best meeting, but the effect it has on the recipient.
Yeah.
Whoa, I know that they care. I know that they're ready. I know they're prepared for this.
Yeah, those 7 seconds are gold. On the other hand, it takes about 7 actions or so in order to rebuild trust once you've broken it. Now you're putting in time and money wasted that you can be putting into a new 7 seconds to a new set of customers every single day. And we know that cost and money is a big motivator. Am I right? So make sure that we're not wasting that money by having to go back and grovel and get back that customer trust after we wasted a lot of time and did not prepare.
The next thing is instilling transparency into that process. I'm sure all of us have ordered on Amazon or order a package with FedEx. And this quote from the 70s from the founder of FedEx, Fred Smith, is amazing to me in terms of how visionary it was. He said the information about the package is just as important as the package itself. So he was able to see even way back then how important it would be for people to know what was happening with their package when it was en route to them.
Yeah, as humans, again, we have these natural things that occur with us, right? We're already having ideas about what may or may not happen in the future. We're thinking ahead, and we're sometimes building up fear in us because we don't know what's going to happen. And guess what? Transparency is going to act as an antidote to fear and a reinforcement of value. How many of us have an Amazon Prime account, right? None of us have ever deleted Amazon Prime and said, you're not going to get my $120 back because one of your packages was late. What was the reason for that? Because they provided transparency into, okay, what are we going to do about that? Because come back again to that equation, information plus action equals trust. If you see them acting on that information, it's late, but we apologize. We're working on it. You're going to get that tomorrow. Now you're not wondering, where's my money going? You know, okay, this is why I signed up for them. I guess my 120, or is it 150 now? Who knows?
But all that work, layering in that confidence, helps them understand that they can trust you. They may still have a helmet on, they may have their life jacket on, but they're ready to jump in, they're ready to engage. They know that they're following the right team member. That idea of confidence being first, build your confidence in that, build their confidence in you. Then the transparency will only enhance the experience. It will help them understand that they're following the right team. Coming back to that second piece we wanted to address was being wise. We want to give you some things that you can start measuring right away. So as you go back, you can look at, we want to talk about something around duration, how long things take, around quality, and then around cost. The first thing we'll look at is duration. So start measuring how long each of your customer interactions take. A classic one is onboarding. So at the end of the sales cycle, your sales team, or maybe in the middle of the sales cycle, your sales team is getting asked, how long is this going to take us to get up and running? You should have an answer for that. And you may want to also measure how long that sales cycle takes or how long the support cycle takes. Have an answer for how long these different processes take on average at your company.
Yeah, but balance in everything, that's something that I live by. Remember that speed does not always equal quality. There's a time and place for a 5 a.m. Taco Bell run, right? Fast food. But there's also a place for sitting at Ruth Chris or someone telling you, order your dessert at entree time because we make this in-house from scratch. It's going to take about 40 minutes. You're getting that quality. So have that balance there for you.
Next thing, look at outliers on your team. Who's going fastest and who's going slowest, but also who is getting the highest satisfaction scores or the lowest satisfaction scores. And then what does it cost you to complete this stage of the customer journey? Can you go through and look at the fully loaded cost of your team members and then take the days that section of the customer journey costs, and you'll be amazed at the insights that come out to you when you see the cost of each journey. And if you tie these three things together, then you will be able to answer the question of how much does it cost you to provide what level of experience in what amount of time. You'll be able to look across your team members and see, hey, we are providing an experience at this customer satisfaction level. It's costing us this much, and this is how long it's taking us. Yeah. And as you do that, you'll be able to have some great insights on what to do, what tweaks to make.
Yeah, and data can be scary, guys. Bad data, to me, there's no such thing. Information is going to drive your behavior. So if you know that, okay, we're actually tossing a bunch of money out, that's better because you can act on that. If you don't know that you're tossing money out, you're ignoring that, then you're just losing money for the rest of the duration of your company.
So go through your whole experience with your customers and start to analyze, where are we building confidence? Where are we injecting transparency into the process? And then everything that we just went through, and as far as measuring the duration, measuring the quality, and measuring the cost of each one of those interactions. And you'll come up with some great insights for you and your teams.
Yeah, we want you to be reflective. So gather that customer hierarchy of needs. You can find it at our booth. We have some people here who are going to pass those out. But you want to be reflective each day, measuring yourself against those things so you can constantly upgrade yourself. We're so excited to be here. I'm looking forward to meeting any of you who are also from Jamaica, New Jersey, Ohio. So find us at booth 216, and I can see where you are from too and talk some more about customer trust.
Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you, guys.